Jamil Smith is a senior editor at The New Republic, and he joins us now in the studio. So what does the Republican Party need to do to win the black vote?
I think they should start, first of all, with realizing that they didn't just give up trying to win the black vote. They actively demonized and scapegoated an entire population of voters who they saw as, is irrelevant or unnecessary. And so what they have to realize is that black voters in 2012 showed up at the polls percentage-wise more than white voters did. And granted, yes, that was partially because there was a black president on the ballot, but that just means that there is a population of people here in America that doesn't want to be ignored anymore. And they don't want symbolism. They don't want just appearances. You have to win with policy and not just presence.
Interesting. You bring up symbolism, and we obviously have been looking at the symbolism of the Confederate battle flag coming down from the South Carolina state capitol. And now we're hearing sort of buzz about possibly South Carolina's governor, Nikki Haley, potentially being on the short list here. What do you think about her as a potential candidate to garner the black vote?
I think that it might help. She certainly eliminated a problem, a short-term problem for Republicans. She certainly kept them from having to go on the trail and talk about this. She certainly did her party a wonderful service in that regard. That said, South Carolina is certainly not key for Republicans to win the election. Them carrying South Carolina is pretty much guaranteed. That's, I just don't see her necessarily as being an asset for one of these particular campaigns. Now, granted, the more the merrier, and I'm certainly for more women candidates in the race. But I don't want necessarily, and I don't think she brings any new ideas besides the symbolism of having taken down the Confederate flag.
Right. You've talked before about, policy, legislation, basically action over rhetoric, and how much more important that is.
Right. Right. And so I think that, you have Scott Walker. I mean, he makes comments about everybody wanting to see a new face in the race. Well, it's not just about seeing a new face. It's about seeing new policies. It's about seeing policies that work. And I don't think that black voters in particular are going to be too keen on supporting a guy who is, dedicated most of his governorship to eliminating unions and to attacking workers. So I just think that you have a problem there when it comes to just, showing up and being new. That's all well and good, but you have to have policies. Hope and change aren't going to do it anymore on the Republican or the Democratic side.
So when you look at this field, and actually, why don't you play like, as political consultant here for these folks?
All right.
What would you say to them about what they need to do for their campaigns? Do they need to come out and say, all right, here's my policy on this in order to sort of court the African-American vote here?
I think the Republicans have a, little bit longer, road to hoe in that regard. I think that they specifically need to start with acknowledging not just that the Southern strategy was wrong, but that they themselves have ignored the black vote to a large extent, and understanding how that's wrong and what they're going to do to make sure not only that you stop demonizing voters, but you also, offer them policies that, are going to be attractive to them. I think that happens in pretty much every demographic in the United States, but why can't it happen for black voters? Same thing with the Democrats. I think tomorrow Hillary Clinton has to offer some substantive policies that are going to have real impact in predominantly black neighborhoods, predominantly black districts. I think that she's got a lot of winning over to do herself. She may be the first Democratic nominee that's going to ever have to really win the black vote in the way that she's going to have to win it.